Welcome to this MATLAB tutorial, which consists of a list of videos where we will touch upon the basic use of the MATLAB numerical software. Now, let's start by defining what MATLAB is. Well, MATLAB is a numerical computing environment developed by the company MathWorks, and it is often used as a first introduction into scientific and numerical computing. Reasons for this are that it has a easy to use graphical user interface and a straightforward code syntax, which is very easy to learn. Moreover, it's an interpreted language, which means that no compilation or no explicit declaration of variables is necessary. And this makes it very easy to rapidly design prototypes and rapidly code up simple programs and scripts in order to test numerical algorithms in a quick fashion. The downside here is that the fact that it's not a compiled language means that we have to sacrifice on computational efficiency and speed a bit, but this is no issue if you're just starting out in the world of computational science. Finally, it's also important to mention that it's a proprietary software, so it's a licensed software, but open source alternatives also exist. For example, the GNU Octave Scientific Toolkit, which has a virtually identical syntax to MATLAB, or several scientific computing toolkits within the Python language, for instance, SciPy or the NumPy library. And both these toolkits also allow you to do all the things you can in MATLAB within an open source framework. This tutorial assumes that you already have MATLAB pre-installed on your system at the beginning. If this is not the case, then you can go to this website on the slide, which features further instructions on how to install MATLAB on your computer and how to activate your license as well. In addition to this tutorial, there are also lots of other material that can be found on the internet. Highly recommended is the on-ramp course provided by MathWorks itself. You need a MathWorks account for this, but this is provided to you if you follow the instructions in the installation website. It's highly recommended to follow this on-ramp course because this will really allow you to get your hands dirty with some exercises and actual programming in MATLAB, and I can highly recommend it. If you prefer to read from a reader, I can also highly recommend that you read this Introduction to MATLAB PDF written by David Griffiths. Finally, there's obviously as well the MATLAB online documentation, which holds all the relevant information on all the functionalities of MATLAB on the website of MathWorks itself. Let's take a look at the content of this tutorial. So this video contains an introduction into the tutorial. In the next video, we will discuss the graphical user interface that MATLAB has, which is followed then by the most basic use of MATLAB, which is using MATLAB as an advanced scientific calculator in order to do simple arithmetic computations. Following that, we'll discuss arrays, which are the fundamental type of variables within MATLAB, such as vectors and matrices. Continuing upon this, we discuss mathematical operations with arrays, which is really the bread and butter of the MATLAB software. Obviously, we will have to be able to visualize and look at our numerical results in an intuitive fashion, and the video on plotting will help us grasp the basics of how to do this. This is followed by writing your own functions, so user-defined functions in addition to the intrinsic functions that MATLAB has by itself. And we conclude this tutorial by looking at programming and how to do programming in the MATLAB language and discussing how we can write non-trivial scripts which feature conditional statements and iterative loops.